Hello, my family of faith. Listen, I wanted to come back and talk about my comeback year as the Lord has been blessing me with experiences that start with the letter C because He cares. Christ cares for me. And so last month, I had a dear friend who was celebrating her 60th birthday. And she sent me the text. My son, I told my son about it, and he was like, Mama, I think you should go. That would be good for you. Except the birthday party was like a 7 hour, almost 7 hour drive from where I live. And I thought, mm, let me think about that. Let me pray about that. And so I did. I prayed about it, talked to the Lord about it, and I sensed the Lord was like, yes, go. I was like, at first, Lord, no. You can't possibly mean that you want me to drive almost 7 hours by myself for this event. And he would wake me up in the morning, y'all, and just minister to me and reason with me. He was like, Felicia, I've told you, you need to stay connected to love. If you stay connected to love, that means you work according to my design. And right now, you're in a place in your life where you need to be connected to love. And I was like, Lord, that's a long drive. That's a long drive. And so he's like, I was like, Lord, this is home. He's like, no, you going to go home. When you drive down there to see her, that's going to be home because you're going to be surrounded by love. And I was like, well, okay. So I made the reservations for the hotel, got the rent a car. Because y'all, I don't travel, I don't really go anywhere. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't. I don't go anywhere. And I'm like, okay, Lord. So it was, the Lord was like, I'm taking you. I'm taking you. And anybody who knows me knows that I consider the Lord to be my husband, my heavenly husband. So he was like, I'm taking you. You going with me. You riding with me, baby. And I was like, okay, all right. So that morning the power went out, y'all, at my house. And so my son came in the room because he was like gonna take me to the rental car place. I was like, baby, I can't leave you, the food and everything. He was like, Mama, I'm a grown man. I'm 21 years old. I'm a grown man. You need to go. So, last excuse I could come up with was taken. I got on the road, y'all. And as I'm driving, I'm like, Lord, I cannot believe we are driving to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I cannot believe we're doing this. And so we were, got to Shreveport, and y'all know I don't eat fast food, so I don't stop at fast food restaurants. I had cooked my food the night before, and we stopped at a rest area. And I was like, Lord, I cannot believe this. You're taking me on a picnic? Because, at the rest areas, they've got the benches and everything. And so the Lord took me on a picnic, y'all. I love picnics. And we ate, stretched my legs, just, took a picture at the little sign that says, Welcome to Louisiana. I'm like, I cannot believe I'm doing this. And so drove. Then the check the engine oil light came on. Scared me, concerned my friend, concerned her husband. I had prayed. I was like, Lord, what do I do? And shortly after I had prayed, I saw a sign that said, Jesus hears you, something like that. So I was like, you know what? I need to pray again just to make sure he got the message because I'm not sure he got the last message. And this is concerning me. And after I prayed, y'all, I sensed the Lord say, go to Love's gas station. And so, y'all, I got there, pulled into Love's. My friend's husband encouraged me to ask somebody who could help check the oil because I didn't know how to check my own oil. And so I just spotted a gentleman, sensed that he was okay. Amazingly, his name started with a C. He checked the oil for me and said they probably didn't press the reset button. Everything was good at the Love's gas station. I was able to get back on the road. Um, started raining. I started crying. I was like, Lord, I can't believe we're on the road. It's raining. I can't see. He cleared the skies. I was able to keep on going. Got to the hotel, rested, got to her party, and had a good time, y'all. Had a celebration. Got on the dance floor. We were doing group dances like the electric slide, Louisiana style. And I was like, oh my goodness. Ate the food. Now, the food wasn't organic. The Lord said, pray over it. You'll be fine. Prayed over it and had a good time. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I was going to get back on the road and come back home the next day. And I sensed the Lord say, why are you rushing? You know what I told you about rushing? Rest. So I rested, made time to stay the next day, not realizing that the next day was actually her birthday. So her and I were able to get together, go out to dinner as sisters in Christ, and just have the most amazing time. I truly went to love. And I sense that's what my comeback year is about, y'all. It's about coming back to love, about coming back to loving myself and taking care of myself as the Lord shows me how to do that. Because I never would have drove to Baton Rouge, Louisiana by myself as a means of soul care. As a means of soul care, y'all, because celebrations are part of soul care. And I went to love, was surrounded by love, met her dear friends, her family. It was awesome. So when I got back home, I was like, Lord, Papa, because y'all know I call Papa God, God Papa. Papa, I'm a grown woman now. I'm a grown woman now because I drove to Baton Rouge, Louisiana by myself. So, y'all, I built confidence, courage, yes, and went to a celebration. Even the man who checked my oil for me, his name started with the C. I was like, look at you, God. Look at you. Just letting me know he cares. And so I wrote a little poem that I'm going to read real quick for you while I was on this excursion with my Lord. And it's called The Unforced Rhythms of Grace. I left my home today, a quite comfortable place, for a place that is really far away. To tell the truth, I felt like a runaway slave, running from emotions that I want to escape. I've sat in them long enough. I need a reset. It's time for me to do some new stuff. Fear and boredom have become unwanted friends. My life has changed, so some things must come to an end. Today I hit the open road. Drove to a place I've never been before. I have no idea what I'll find, but I know I'm ready to get back to life. My comfort zone has become a grave, so I decided to run because it's time to change. My children are grown. They don't need me the same. My husband has his work. It's his productive space. So I'm not going to sit around, cry and complain. The lover of my soul beckons me come this way and learn my unforced rhythms of grace. And I said, okay, can you relate? So listen, I just wanted to share that with somebody because maybe life needs to change. Maybe you need a change so that you can get on with living a life that's full of doing it God's way. Doing it God's way. Y'all, that put a smile on my face. So, yes, quite a few C's to let me know that Christ cares for me. But maybe you need a change too, because you need to know and be sure that Christ cares for you too. If you do, keep following me on this comeback year. So with that, I hope I've used my words well. I encourage you to use your words well because Papa, our God, is both watching and listening. Until next time, family, bye-bye.